Pfeiffer.
Greetings, flesh creatures. It is I, Megatron. On behalf of TFYLP, I want to congratulate you for listening to the most refined collected podcast on this miserable little planet Earth. Yes. Here you'll find knowledgeable fans discussing every aspect of Transformers and beyond. Now, enjoy the show while I continue my path to complete conquest of all of you miserable biological entities. Predacons, terrorize!
Hello, welcome to TFYLP episode 399 for Monday, September 21st. I am Lucas. I am joined here today by Christian.
Hello.
Peter.
Forever Destron.
And Paul.
Hi.
And
Hello.
Paul managed to make his way all the way back from Wisconsin. So he went, I guess, the only convention that actually happened this year. Well, I guess there's been a few other ones as well, but DairyCon, which has been going for how many years now?
20.
This was the 20th year.
20 mootiful years.
It's pretty special. Congrats, DairyCon.
It's a great show. It's a lot of fun. I am like the spokesperson for DairyCon outside of the DairyCon Facebook group. Not really, I'm unofficial. But I've been going for like 4 or 5 years, and I'd heard about it for at least 10, and then I finally found someone that had been there, and I never thought I would hear someone say, "Hey, do you want to go to DairyCon?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I really do." So that's how I ended up going a long time ago, and now I sell at it every year. This was supposed to be in the spring, but it was in the fall because of COVID. And they probably shouldn't have had it, but they did. And that was kind of the joke the whole time that everyone was very careful. You had to wear a mask. Like a lot of the dealers, like myself, they had antibacterial stuff on the table. It was not super well attended. It was like kind of, as you might expect, less people came than usual. But we all had a good time still.
It was intimate.
It was.
Intimate in, was it Fond du Lac or Eau Claire or something?
Yeah, Fond du Lac. And we still had all the major events, like the Build Your Own Transformer contest, the jump starter race, the spin the wheel thing. I don't think they played Name the Transformer this time, but
I've always wanted to see that jump starter race.
it's okay. But the best part is just the preamble, because like all the jump starters are laid out in a big spread and they're numbered. So it's wholesome. It's a good thing. Jack was there, our cast member Jack, and I think it was his first one.
Wow, so we had like a delegation there. That's cool.
Yeah. We took a photo with our masks on.
Could have streamed live from the show, right?
Well, the Wi-Fi. There wasn't Wi-Fi. But here was the exclusive this year, which is a green bumblebee.
Wasp.
Well, no. It is... I forget what its name is. Oh, it's Wintergreen Soldier.
Mm.
Tasty.
And there was a blue one.
Paul, you do have to track down all those rare mini bots, right?
Well, you know what? It just turns out that this year he messed around with everybody, and there's a variant. This one has a DairyCon symbol on it. This one has a rub sign.
Oh, there you go.
Oh man, I got him.
Uh-oh.
There was one figure I didn't get though. It was the Captain America blue Bumblebee or whatever it was supposed to be. So
Did you get somebody's mom?
no, I didn't get somebody's
Oh,
mom.
dang.
I did
That's
not.
the best one.
It's the one
It
I
was.
won.
It really was. You had to win that one.
Oh man,
I
That's
have
rough.
Mint in package, and I have one of the cassettes. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah, it's a fun event. I recommend it. Sucks that it's COVID time, but
yeah,
we made the best of it.
that can be said for any event.
Right. Yeah. No, that's the thing that's kind of tough, nowadays. But I guess if you try and take as many precautions as possible, and everybody's wearing masks and all that kind of thing, I don't know. I mean, hopefully, I know we have TF Expo. We were supposed to have our 10th show this year, and then it got canceled for the year. So we've pushed it to next August. So hopefully everything is normal by then. So, but
Yeah, I hope so. It felt great to kind of like do something normal.
yeah.
If considering DairyCon is like the least normal Transformer thing I've ever been to, but like it felt normal to be there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So, but we'll see. So tonight's topic is we're talking about old versus new Transformers, and the reason why I was kind of thinking about this, like we've had a ton of leaks like over the last I don't know how many days and whatnot. So, Tauntaun and some other people have gotten all of these figures that Hasbro's not announced. So Hasbro's normally doing the convention circuit. They would have already had San Diego Comic-Con by now, and whatnot. So they actually, Hasbro has PulseCon coming up this weekend. So the Transformers portion of it, so it's on Friday and Saturday. It's a virtual convention that they're going to be doing. The Hasbro portion of it is going to be on Saturday morning. So I don't know. There's a Kingdom reveal panel. Do we know what time that's at?
We do, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I was trying to look the time up, but I know it's Saturday morning.
Panel list.
It's Saturday on like sometime in the afternoon. I don't know. It's on their
Oh, is it in
go
the
to their
afternoon?
Facebook page, and it's there somewhere. All the interesting stuff's on Saturday.
Well, I mean, I was thinking about this. I was like, why, if it's a virtual convention, like, why do they do it Friday and Saturday instead of Saturday and Sunday? But maybe the news cycle, that it's better to get the news out. Because I think they're doing Star Wars and Marvel, I think, on Friday night. So.
Yep. I think Power Rangers is there too.
And Nerf.
And Nerf, that's right, the most important one.
And Magic and D&D and all that kind of stuff too. But
and Tenacious
Nerf
D.
Nothing.
there you go.
Just forgot Tenacious D is going to be there.
Yeah, they've got musical guests for a virtual convention. It's just,
It's going to be awesome.
I'm glad that they're putting forth the effort, but it seems kind of forced and sad. But thank you for keeping up with the fans, Hasbro, because we need something.
Look,
I don't know. I mean, I've done a couple of virtual concerts myself now, like of some of my favorite bands, and like it's enjoyable. Like I like cranking it up, and
I like watching
if-
concert footage on YouTube, and yeah,
right.
but I don't
Look,
know. For
all
a
I know
virtual
is
convention,
that PulseCon will not be complete for me unless Chewbacca Mom makes an appearance. I need her there. I do. She went to HasCon. She was like
she was at HasCon.
Get.
Yeah,
She was like the main person to go see there. And if she is not at PulseCon, it just won't be as good.
I mean, I don't think there's any expectation that these musical artists are going to perform. I think they're just like gonna be like sort of there when they're announcing
hyping up
other
the Nerf stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
I thought that
who
they
loves
were gonna
Nerf? It's
perform. I assumed they would. Like I assumed they would at least put on one musical number.
Well, like the
Well,
Fall
they've
Out
already
Boy
said
thing.
that half of
Yeah.
Fall Out Boy is not going.
Yeah, it's
But they've only
just
said
Pete.
half is going. How about that?
It's just Pete and Patrick, which are the.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the singers, but like, My assumption is they're probably gonna be with the Transformers stuff, and they'll be like, "We loved Transformers when we were kids. Yeah, here's some new ones."
Yeah, probably.
We too are fossils.
So, but yeah, like as Catherine said, at least they're trying. I mean, that's the thing is we're trying to figure out like what is like in this new COVID times and whatever, like what actually works and what doesn't. I know they're doing a thing that I think for every viewer that they get, they're going to donate a toy to Toys for Tots, which I think is very cool. So,
up to 100,000 units. That's a lot of toys.
It's a lot of toys.
So let's make sure we get that as packed as possible. That's an awesome, awesome charity.
I bet it's all Slither Fangs.
Don't care. 100,000 toys get donated.
Hey,
That's
Silk
awesome.
Fangs are great, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Less
but
for
like
us.
that's what I'm saying. I think that's what Paul's saying is that the
Oh,
more Slither Fangs go to the kids and they can have them. They can have them. The fewer there are for us old greedy bastards.
Yeah.
so. But, of course, as is tradition, before the convention happens, like, everything gets leaked ahead of time. So, since they haven't been doing it, like, now, the thing that's been different is in the past, like, we would get a listing and maybe some pictures of, whatever, and now we're actually getting, the actual toys themselves, where somehow they're finding their way out the back door of a factory or whatnot. However they come upon it, I don't know. But nevertheless, like all of the toys have been reviewed by a couple different people. Not all of them, but there's been several Kingdom figures that have been leaked, and then Hasbro at least announced Kingdom, but then they have not announced the Studio Series 86 movie line. And like we've already seen a couple, I think 3 figures now, right? Because
3?
Didn't we?
We got Scourge, Hot Rod.
But I
Cyclonus.
thought, what's that?
Oh, Cyclonus is in Kingdom. Whatever.
Sorry, what? Christian?
Is Cyclonus not in Kingdom?
Cyclonus is in Kingdom.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I said.
So I don't know I don't know what's going on.
That's what I said.
My brain.
Armada's in Studio Series 86.
Yeah.
Are they just slotting the toys in like wherever they can? They're like, hey,
Yes.
we got this really cool line. Like, we're just gonna throw this in. Like, here's.
Oh, I guess we saw Cup, didn't we? Cup is.
Oh, we did see Cup. Yeah.
Yeah. There's 3.
Did we
Saw
see Cup?
bad pics of Cup. Yeah, bad.
Yeah, we
pics
saw
of
Cup. He was like
You're
horribly
right,
transformed.
Yes. Yeah.
Mangled and-
Yeah.
ugh.
He's gonna look great when properly transformed, though. So I'm excited.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, that's
But
the
we
thing that's
also
tough
got
too
pictures.
is even with these reviews, quote unquote, like they don't necessarily transform them 100% right and whatever, and so it's kind of like, well, like people get all fired up about the figures, and you're like, dude, wait till you actually get it in hand.
The figures look like those initial pics look like the figure was as they pulled it out of their pocket when they jammed it in there in the factory and ran. And just wad it up, put it in the pocket, take a picture. That's how the figures look to me. Like they don't know what they're doing. They're like, oh shit.
They're all coming from the same like individual too. So I can't imagine Hasbro enjoys this, even though the the result of like the leaks coming is a lot of hype and a lot of excitement and that kind of thing. I mean, that part's good, but like, mistransforming the stuff and like missing details, and then people get misconceptions and start asking questions they never should have asked. Like that part's got to be super annoying.
Yeah.
I kind of think Hasbro might pick up and start doing it by themselves. The listing thing has become a norm, and now figures are getting out before they're announced. I think it just makes sense for Hasbro to start announcing them earlier and doing their own. The designer desk stuff for the Fan First Friday they've done for all summer. They're like, hey, look, we've got, here's the first pick of Tiger Track, and here he is in hand, and here, look at him. Or Rotor Storm, we saw before he had the new head. They had him. They showed it to us. That sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, to
they'll
be
start doing more
fair,
of that.
Hasbro doesn't always transform the figures properly anyway. Like when they have it at Toy Fair or whatnot. So, like,
Toy
it's
fair,
not-
toy photography, official shots,
yeah,
packaging and catalogs. Yeah, going back, to the 80s. Things are just wrong.
So still though, what about the Earthrise stuff that they haven't announced? Because
What's Earthrise? We're done. We're on Kingdom now.
I know we are, but Runabout says differently, and so does Thrust and Blue Streak. So like
GameStop exclusives, and they're going to release them with a 5-minute pre-order
but
window.
but
They're
the
all sold
funny
out. They're
thing
gone.
is so Runabout. I saw a review on him today from like Tauntaun or whatever. Blue Streak I think is out is it the UK or somewhere out like Asia? I can't remember.
UK and Asia, yeah.
Yeah, people have had him already, so like
No thrusts yet, though.
yeah, that's true. We haven't seen a thrust, so hopefully that happens. That would be very
I guess that one
disappointing.
thrust, but still, no official release of thrust just yet.
I mean, I could see him theoretically getting pushed, I guess, too, to Kingdom. Like Kingdom has
be
G1
thrust
figures in
to
it,
Kingdom?
so yes.
Wow.
But he has an Earthrise number, and it's already been in
We're gonna
official
find
marketing.
out all of this over the weekend.
I hope we do.
They're gonna tell us.
They said they're going to tell us about Kingdom, bro.
Kyle Gass is going to get out there and be like, "You guys are missing your thrust, right? And your runabout. Is that what he's called? Runabout? Yeah. And there's the other one. Yeah.
Runaballs.
Okay. I don't know. The cue card, I can't quite read it. It says that we're really excited about Kingdom. I don't even know what's going on. Here's a song.
They're gonna tell us. It's gonna be great.
And we're gonna get the newest
I hope
Titan this weekend too, right? We've already gotten that preview,
Giant Airwave?
I guess. Like I think they put that on
Not
social media,
giant.
right?
That was the dumbest thing.
Giant Airway.
Giant Airwave.
I love
we'll
GA.
get the Studio Series announcement, and hopefully we'll hear more about stuff like bots or whatever.
Oh, now you're getting greedy.
Look, man, this
Say
has to
no.
replace San Diego, New York, and Toy Fair. So they got
Dude,
a
They're
lot
telling
of
us
stuff.
about Kingdom, and that's it.
Yeah,
That
they're
is
not going
it.
to tell us
I
about
just-
bots.
They're going to be
I
like,
can't
"Do you
believe
guys
that's
remember
true.
Beasts something? I don't know."
Christian, will
Get
you be
hype,
in the
farmers.
comments on live on Facebook, YouTube, whatever, like spamming it, like tell us about bots?
Yeah, I did it last year and it worked. I spammed it on TFU's live stream at New York Comic Con. It's like, what's going on with bots? And he asked, and bots were fine. So that was good.
They're coming to the Dollar General near you.
Hey, that would be concrete information. It wouldn't be great information, but it would be information that I had and could act upon.
Yeah, Bots has gone dark for like 6 months.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah,
I'm
Toy
scared,
Fair.
Destron.
Toy Fair 2021 is being delayed. So normally it's in February. They delayed it to a date later in the spring, I guess.
2024, 2026.
So that's the word right now. So who knows what is actually going to happen.
So here's verbatim the press release for the PulseCon thing. Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Toy Reveal! Exclamation point. Panelists, Hasbro Transformers brand team, join the Hasbro's Transformers team as they officially reveal toys from the third and final chapter of the War for Cybertron trilogy, Kingdom, all capitals,
Fought on Earth.
including the entire first wave of the product line. So that'll be Cyclonus. You won't want to miss it. It's going to be a beast! Exclamation point. Special guest, John, I believe that's Cena, will share the inspiration behind the collection and give his final... John Ward.
Warden.
Will share the inspiration behind the collection and give his final farewell to the Transformers brand. The celebration will continue with the 2020 Transformers Hall of Fame and a well-deserved introduction of the newest human honoree. Me excited. Okay, so Grimlock. Be prepared for huge surprises. Bots, maybe.
Yeah,
A
man.
10-year anniversary celebration, Prime. And exclusive reveals seen first here. We can't wait to share it all with you.
Yeah, so the panel
already
isn't
seen it.
just Kingdom. It's just
I've
the
already
panel.
seen
They're
it.
revealing Kingdom at the panel. Did you get a time on that one? What does it say?
Oh, no. Okay. Jeez.
Hey, you said you were
I'm
going to
sorry,
read
I wasn't sure
verbatim
it
and then
was
you
right
skipped
there.
half the data, so no.
No,
back
I'm
to it.
not going to
Do
read
your
the
job.
entire thing.
Do your job.
The whole.
Yeah, the time's
Oh my-
probably more important.
You are right. They're musical guests. So, it's day 2, Saturday, September 26th, my birthday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. It doesn't give times for each thing, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels, and that's 6 hours. No, 7. So
7 hours for 5 things. So this could be a fairly lengthy panel for us.
it's probably going to be noon. Oh my God! There's also there's G.I. Joe is how it starts. Then there's the voices that inspire generations of Transformers fans with Peter Cullen, Frank Welker, and Ben Montano. And then it's the Kingdom reveal.
Oh,
And it's Power
that'll be
Rangers.
neat.
Well, that should be fun. So, and
It'll be a hoot.
the exclusives are going up on Wednesday. Is that right?
Wednesday for premium
For-
members, Thursday for the rest of you.
And
That's
what-
noon.
what
That's
time
noon
is that?
Eastern both days.
Okay, noon Eastern. All right.
So take Wednesday off. Noted.
There you go. So at least clear your calendar for that.
Oh, yeah.
noon
It's gonna
Eastern
be intense.
slot. So
The only
Okay,
thing
so
we're really looking for is the Pit of Judgment, right?
Yeah, we should
If
say
you're
what.
only
for
a
Transformers, yeah, Transformers they have
Well, I
the
mean-
Pit of Judgment, which is like a huge exclusive. It's like $70, I think, right?
Yep.
And it comes with what the Alicon, the Quintesson Judge.
Retooled Alicon.
A what?
What?
Retooled Alicon. It's not just
Yeah,
the
it's
Alicon. He's retooled as the bailiff. Has
bailiff.
the bailiff head.
Ah,
There's
there
a
we go.
Sharkticon in there. Kranix is there. The Quintesson Prosecutor, is that what it's called, is there. Missing anybody, or is that it?
And it has a little diorama, so you can like drop people in the pit and be like, execute them.
Yeah, that box is
Innocent.
tight.
Yes.
So
And
I
so-
do have some bad news for you guys. I believe it's limit 1 per customer. So I know for some of you that like to have, one to keep in box, one to, open, some of you may have some issues because you can only get one. So, or I'm sure you could probably find ways to get a second, but
There
have
are
a
ways.
wife order one.
They aren't very hard ways.
Nevertheless, it does say limit 1, so hopefully everyone that wants one should be able to get it at least soon. I don't know. We'll see. I know there's been I feel like that this year it's been such a letdown because of all of the online pre-orders. Like everything just goes really fast now. And so the most recent thing I think was like the PlayStation 5, like the Xbox I think is going up pretty soon. And then I think there was like a new graphics card or something that like people were complaining sold out really fast.
Are those Transformers?
No, but
Oh.
Transformers also. There's G.I. Joe and there's Transformers. Like I think that the Transformers there was the Back to the Future one I think sold out and people
It'll be
were
back in
upset.
2 weeks. It's fine.
We'll be back, yeah.
It's a packaging variant though, so
It's probably not.
It might be more than that.
Might be more than that, and that's the problem.
It's not a problem. They're all the same toy.
It's a problem. Anyway, but we should talk about they mentioned or Paul mentioned the thing that was in the press release that they said we're gonna have a 10th anniversary celebrations. They were talking about the 2-pack, the Prime Pack, right? So that we that jumping into leaks, right? We're doing leaks and new and stuff.
Yep.
yeah. So what's the Prime Pack?
Okay, so the Prime Pack is the. What do you have it sitting there? That's not no. Put that down. Put
but
that
I just
down.
bought
Get out
this
of
at
there. Get
DairyCon.
Go away.
Get out of here. Talking about leaks,
relevant.
not the things leaking out of your wallet. So the what am I talking about?
We're
Prime-
getting the
Prime
first
thing.
American release of Breakdown and the Jet Viacon.
Yes, which saw
is
Japanese
cool.
releases. Yeah, they saw Japanese releases in Arms Micron back in 2012 or so, but
Ish.
but didn't make it to the States. And we were like, please release them. And then they got BotCon Retool Redeco releases in 2015, 16 ish, and everyone was like, this is kind of what we wanted.
14 and 16.
Yeah. 14 and 16.
But
Yeah,
they
hoist the flag.
look exactly the same as the original Japanese issues, which is cool.
They really do.
I hope that there's more. I hope there's more than just that 1-2 pack. Although they'll be going just by itself. The package looks cool. It's the select style package with just the cardboard stuff that we've seen for a while now. But it's got really cool art of the Autobots base from the show. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's an
for
exciting
it.
set.
I have both those figures and they look exactly the same, so I'm probably passing on that specific one. But I'm hoping it's an opportunity for us to get like Season 3 colors of B and Smokescreen, or an accurate color of Nemesis Prime from the show. Something like that. That's my hope. It seems as if we're doing a 10th anniversary celebration. It wouldn't be just one pack.
I mean, I guess at least they're recognizing the anniversary. There's a lot
That's true.
of
And they're doing
shows
the
they
Hall
don't
of
do
Fame.
that for.
I'm sure you guys have got your votes in. The Hall of Fame is for which Prime character goes in, and also which Earthrise figure goes in. So they're doing stuff with Prime, which is cool.
So when are they doing stuff with animated, which totally came out way after Prime?
I knew that was coming. The best news about that is that Selects wasn't a thing when Animated's 10th anniversary came around. They could go back and get it.
For the 15th anniversary.
15th anniversary. Sure, whatever.
There we go.
We could get stuff like Thundercracker and Mudbuster Bulkhead and Vortex Blur and Wingblade Optimus and
That would be cool if they released the
Blackout.
stuff that didn't come out.
Or even if they did some like repaints of stuff that they have too, I think would be fun.
Yeah, this feels kind of like I've talked with all of you individually, I'm sure, at some point about the idea of a Transformers archive line where they bring this kind of stuff back out, or if they want to do like a GPS makeup stuff, or they want to reissue Transmetal Megatron that doesn't break at the waist, that sort of stuff. They bring it out as like a select thing. Here it is for all the old fans.
He's saying that we're old?
I'm saying that I'm old, so I don't know what that makes you.
Why don't they just
I
call
turned-
it Transformers Oldies?
I turned 40 last week. I'm old.
Well,
Yay. Yeah.
it's an opportunity to bring out some older figures that don't fit in with a normal retail line. So I am excited to see where this goes.
I don't think it's going to go far, but I hope it does.
I
mean, I would
guess
love
depending
them
on
to do
how
all
well it
sorts of stuff.
sells.
It'd be neat.
But at least this is a great opportunity to get Breakdown, because that's a really fun mold. It didn't come out here. Everyone should have one because it's great.
My personal thought is I wish they were. I was of all the things this thing could have been, because all we saw was the box originally. So it's like, what could this be? And it was kind of contradictory because it had two names on it, and it said it was one deluxe figure on the packaging tape. So it was confusing, and I was like, what if they painted the Viacon to look like Breakdown or something, like something new and weird and interesting. It's very rare that they just do a literal reissue in the way that they're doing this, which looks to be identical in every visual way to the original. Like, there's probably some minor differences that
There are probably some differences, but this something that the last year has, I think, taught all of us is that Hasbro's finally listening They're listening, and they have no problem with, oh, you're going to buy this? Oh, we know you're going to buy this. So here's the thing you've been asking for. We have 10 years of you begging for these toys. Here they are. You're at home. You're going to buy them anyway. PulseCon, everybody. You know? They've got a captive audience, and I'm happy to buy them. So.
Well, yeah, and it seems like that most of the stuff they've released for collectors, and of course they're all, a lot of those are smaller runs, but I think most of the stuff is sold out. I mean, the Dinobot cassettes, like, I know that was, like, a huge thing because, like, not everyone that ordered one got one, I think, right? Wasn't there, like, a huge thing with that like, last year?
Yeah, they had a damaged partial shipment, and that made problems.
Well, it was bad. It was just a bad idea. The packaging was so rough.
It was. It's weird.
Yeah,
so
that
bad.
was kind of a weird.
Here's a
weird
slab of cardboard.
But nevertheless, like it seems like that most of the stuff they've put up is sold out, and I know even some of the new selects that they've put up too. Like that Sandstorm that they put out sold out pretty quick, and you can still. Think you can still get it from Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not sure. I haven't checked lately, but I know you could get it for a while afterwards. But it seems like that a lot of the stuff that they're releasing now is just ends up selling out, which is a good thing. Same thing with the G.I. Joe line. I think seems like it's been selling out all over the place. So
G.I. Joe line is rough right now. I'm in a couple of Joe boards, and it's cutthroat in there, man. Good luck to everyone who's looking for their stuff. It will come out eventually. You will find it at retail. Don't pay scalper prices for that stuff. Same goes for these select pieces. Get your pre-orders in if you can. Order from Big Bad or wherever and pay your $5 markup. But don't go on eBay and spend twice or 3 times as much. No. It's just don't. The toys will be available. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the funny thing. Like the Seeker Pack, which was so hard to find. Like, I've seen a ton of it at Targets when I've went recently, so it seems like they got another restock of it, and now they have plenty, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly did.
The first month was pretty rough, and then it just was everywhere.
But it's hard to tell, too, like, how much of this is due to COVID shipping issues,
It's all weird. It's all weird all the time.
Welcome to the world. Everything is just weird now all the time.
So we talked about the Prime Pack, which is old Transformers. But the real fire starter for this topic was the new review of the fossilizer, who we think we're calling Paleo Trex at this point.
Oh, maybe that's how you say it.
What were you gonna say? Paleo T-Rex?
Yeah, that's how it's been said to me. And I was like, that name sucks.
Pre-name, I don't know. We'll find out for sure this
Paleo Trex.
I like
Paleo Trex.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton that turns into a robot, and several various weapons. It's a new iteration on the weaponizers and the modulators that we've seen throughout War for Cybertron.
It's a canonized version of that fossil doodly-doo that Megatron scans in Beast Wars. He's got a name now, and now he's real character. Isn't that fancy?
You know what? I'm good with that. This thing is amazing.
I think he's neat.
He's awesome. How could you not like dinosaur skeletons and robots all together?
Okay, so in the 90s, there was a toy line called Dinosaurs, right? Wasn't that what it was called?
Yeah, and they wanted one when I was a kid.
Yeah, and they were like dinosaur skeleton things. They were all chromy and shiny, and they transformed from a dinosaur to a semi-sweet robot. They were designed by Bandai. They had a cartoon that sucked, really crappy CGI. But they were neat toys. This is kind of like that. Or if you want to take it back even further and go to like the Fossil Lord guys from the Rock Lord subline, those are Fossilsaurus. That's also what we could. It's fun. Bones are fun. Dinosaurs are fun. Robots are fun. Transforming stuff is fun. Fossilizers are fun.
The paint that they have on this thing, I mean, the weathering. I mean, it's bone colored and then it's weathered. It looks so cool. And its mutant head is Optimus Primal's mace.
Bingo.
Oh, really?
Badass.
Yeah. Yep.
And so since the Paleo Trex has a Predacon symbol on him, the implication is that Optimus Primal murders Paleo Trex and takes his head and uses it as a weapon. I mean, it doesn't get any more badass than that.
Do you think it's? I think it's a female. From looking at it.
Then
Sure, whatever.
Just, I mean, not that it matters, but I'm like, oh, another female Predacon.
I guess it does have feminine hips ish.
It's just the vibe I get from
It's
it.
definitely got an unconventional looking robot mode.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's turning a lot of people off. But
Yes.
to me, it's a new thing. It's a new character. It's a new alt mode. We've never seen skeleton alt modes before. It's awesome.
It's a new character in the Beast Wars-ish canon that fits in with the aesthetic of Beast Wars type transformations and characters. Forget the fact that it has no skin. Whatever it turns out to be, and break down whatever the weapons end up looking like. Because there's a picture of, who was it? Where you see the mace. Who was it that's wearing all the junk? Is it Rat Trap? Cheetor. I think it's a picture of Cheetor. It was shared on Twitter last.
Warpath wearing it too.
Warpath. There we go. I knew it was one of them Kingdom dudes. Whatever. And as you can see the mace head and the little legs sticking up over the top, and it's on Twitter. I don't know. It looks neat.
So, to me, I mean, I'm just creating out of nothing here. But we know in Beast Wars that Megatron was a bit happy with doing experiments on stuff and dudes and places. To me, this feels like some sort of crazy experiment gone wrong, where he's trying to make more Predacon soldiers that could turn into weapons, and then he's scanning new alt modes, but it doesn't work, and now they're just creepy skeletons. Whatever. It sounds like a 90s Beast Wars commercial to me.
But canonically, in the show, Megatron was doing stuff off camera that he would, introduce later. I've been working on this, and here's the fruits of these labors. So this could very well be exactly. It could be told in canon or in fiction exactly how you described it.
That's how Transmetal 2 happened, and on the
Bingo.
The packaging, that's how the mutants happened. So whatever.
Yeah.
I
Totally
do
good.
hope that we get these guys in the cartoon, or not the cartoon, the comic. Like that, I think that would be somewhat interesting.
Or the cartoon, because presumably there'll be one for
too. Yeah,
Kingdom
I guess
eventually.
the second.
And they can't keep
Kingdom,
calling it the
whatever that
Netflix.
is.
Yeah.
They've
Netflix
announced
trilogy.
season 3.
Yeah, they've been calling it a
They've
trilogy
announced
since the
season
beginning.
2. They've announced season 3. Don't worry.
Yeah. But yeah,
So, Paul,
these
coming into this, I
fossilizers
think-
is one of those things where the Hot Rod came out for the Studio Series 86, and everyone has, well, not everyone, a lot of the people in the Facebook groups that I follow, at least, everyone has been just talking about how amazing it looks and all that type of thing. And then we got these pictures of the fossilizer, better, whatnot. And people are like, oh, this does not look all that great. Like, this isn't for me. It's not part of my collection, yada, 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 all that type of thing. And so that's what I was kind of curious about is it seemed like that the hype was, like there's a lot of hype for Hot Rod, but not for the fossilizer as much. Like, it seemed like a lot of the comments were negative or whatnot. So that was kind of the topic of the show is I was thinking like, we always talk about, oh, I'm so sick of, the same characters over and over and over again, and I want something new. Well, here's something new.
There's a difference between the same characters over and over and over again, and in my opinion, of course, and then finally getting a character done right. Hot Rod is one of those characters that we've been waiting for him to be done right since Classics in 2006. And he was fine in Classics, and then they did the Toy Deco, and that was fine. They did the Cartoon Deco, and that was fine. So they reissued that a couple times in Funny Decos. And then they did the Titans Return one with the Headmaster, and that's not right. So that's, and they did the Power of the Primes one where, oh, cool, now he can transform from Rodimus, Hot Rod into Rodimus Prime. But now the Hot Rod toy is great. I love that Hot Rod figure. But he's got his transformation is beholden to the Rodimus configuration, and he's got a head in his torso, which kind of limits some stuff. And then what else did we get? I'm missing one. We got the Masterpiece. Yeah. So as far as mainline Hot Rod figures that don't have a gimmick and are up to the engineering standards that we've come to expect in the last 5 years, we haven't gotten that, and he's a main character. He is the main character of Transformers the movie, and we haven't gotten a right figure for that dude yet. So I think that the dissonance between the hype for the fossilizer, or the what the reaction was to the fossilizer versus what the reaction was to Hot Rod from the '86 Studio Series figure or whatever. It's going to be really extreme between those two, because the Hot Rod is kick-ass, awesome, and the fossilizer I think is great, but it's not a perfect Hot Rod in a main line, you know?
Yeah, just saying, like, this is an old thing and a new thing is like a false equivalence, because like what everything Peter said, I agree with, because like even the closest thing that this does, what the Studio Series line does, is take what was on screen and bring it to life in a certain price point. And we have never, ever gotten that from official Transformers. The Masterpiece is the closest thing, but like it's also it's trying to be a masterpiece toy at the same time, so it like has to, wow you in some way beyond just looking exactly how it should look. It's like
still manages to fail.
Like MP44 is almost like Optimus Prime walked off the cartoon, but it transforms like a Jenga puzzle or like a piece of paper, So like still that's it's like it's still Masterpiece. It's over there, but then you got Earthrise Prime, which is pretty close. But
do you
still,
know how to play Jenga?
I had to make up something.
I'm wondering.
Yeah, I just hit it with a hammer and then I put it back together somehow.
That's how you do that, Optimus.
Yeah. But this is amazing, and just the simplicity of it and how well they're able to make it look like this, like exactly how it's supposed to look. I mean,
it looks like he walked off. To me, his color's a bit off, because I would rather have the magenta one.
Yeah, he's supposed to be magenta.
They're gonna reissue him.
Yeah. Don't you worry, Christian. I'm sure we'll get a repaint.
Yeah, I'm not concerned.
We get the got the touch pack.
Ooh.
But no,
I think it have an
audio
great clip when you open.
I agree with all of that. Like, it came out, and I always give Rob a hard time, because I always tell him like, Earthrise is just as good as Masterpiece. I'm like, why collect Masterpiece? These toys are great and whatever. But it's like, legitimately, this new Hot Rod is. I think you can make a really strong argument that it's better than the Masterpiece Hot Rod. Now, that Masterpiece Hot Rod is several years old now. And they'll probably redo that, as well. But that has a bigger backpack. And some of the tricks that they do in this, like, are just, I don't know. It looks a lot like the Fans Toys Hot Rod.
This also doesn't have a cockpit, Like, it doesn't have to deal with that kind of Masterpiece stuff.
True.
I just can't believe how good the proportions are. Like, it's just
crazy.
Pretty phenomenal. And if I was Hasbro, I would be so pissed that this dude in Asia who makes weird comments on the internet stole the thunder. I would be angry.
Right. Although I will say with Hasbro is he stole the thunder like amongst like the crazy super fans, you know what I mean? But like average fan probably didn't see this. I don't know, maybe. I guess if you did a search on YouTube for Hot Rod.
So is that the Fan Toys one?
Yeah.
As Fan Toys Hoodlum.
Yeah. I almost got that.
He's pretty.
I'm presently selling one. If you need one, Paul.
Yeah. I don't like sloppy seconds.
Also dusty.
Okay.
I need mint and sealed box. Well, I guess so. This isn't. So in your argument, you're saying this is the old thing, and everyone's just gushing over the old thing, which this is very much a new thing. Like literally, figuratively, only just the character is.
But old. At the same time, like the Power of the Prime's Hot Rod, like came out, and Rodimus whatever came out a couple years ago. So a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you're getting another, yet another G1, yada yada yada." So like that's the thing, but.
Is not a new idea. Hot Rod is not a new idea, whereas the fossilizers are a new idea, a new concept. Even though it is an expansion on the weaponizer and idea that we've been doing with War for Cybertron, Hot Rod as a character and as a concept is not new. And there's all sorts of like, oh, how excited we are about Hot Rod, who's old, versus look at this boo-boo freaking dinosaur guy with no skin, which is new.
Paleo T-Rex.
I'm excited for both. I want to play with toys.
Yeah.
Probably equally excited for both. And that might make me a crazy person, but I'm excited to have a really great hot rod. I'm excited to have a new dude.
Well, I think that's the right reaction.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I mean, new robots are always exciting, so.
Plus new dinosaur robots, that's great. Maybe we'll get a Dinobot repaint someday. Or maybe they'll get dinosaur repaints, just like Peter was talking about earlier.
I would love
Paint
that.
that thing in shiny, weird, translucent red and chrome. Sure.
Now, here's my question, though, Christian. Would you be upset if these fossilizers, like, if they took up a slot where they could have done, like, if they don't do all the Beast Wars characters, right? And they're missing a few, some of your favorites, and, like, they did a fossilizer instead. Would you be upset with that?
I would be upset that those weren't included, but I wouldn't be upset at the fossilizers. Like right now, I'm upset at all of the repacks that are in Earthrise taking up slots for Micromaster teams or new Battle Masters, or other leader class points with Astro Train. We've seen listings for RC, Wheeljack, and Astro Train and Optimus again for Kingdom. I'm way more concerned about those figures taking up slots.
Good point.
It's weird. It's like weird choices.
I'm hoping that RC is not a repack and it's Spider RC. That would be amazing.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know what
it is.
Wheeljack could be anything other than the Earthrise one, but he's getting a Netflix release too, so they're going to have 3 of them out in a year. That seems bogus. And to have Astro Train out as a leader class in all 3 lines, that's insane.
What if it's Slicer?
Oh, that would be awesome.
What if it's Dark Wheeljack or whatever, and it's just Slicer?
Well, the thing that's odd about the Wheeljack is the fact that, like, he's coming out in the Netflix, the exclusive line or whatever, you know. So, like, that's the thing I think is weird or the Walmart exclusive Netflix line. Like, so it's like, why repack them? Like, why not throw Deco. Bumblebee or Soundwave or somebody like that? That's like those Netflix exclusives. Put them in the main line and whatnot. So, and I'm sure that we'll get.
I would not blame the fossilizers. That's the main idea.
Gotcha.
I will always be welcoming to new characters and new concepts. I will never be welcoming to repacks.
It's hard to love repacks.
It's just so weird the way they've chosen to do it. And I know I'm diverting us now. I'll go back, I promise. But it's weird that they've decided to use actual slots for repacks. So, like, you know generally how many Micromaster packs there were in Siege, and there's now 2 less, I think. 2 less, at least 1 less in Earthrise because they're reissuing the Battle Squad. The Battle Masters is halved because they've reissued Smashdown and Rung, and it's really just strange. You know, Black Series does it really well where they do their repacks, but they're alongside a bunch of new figures. It doesn't seem like they take away from the line.
It's like revision cases. It's the old revision cases that they used to do.
This is what I'll bet it had to do with. They probably cut a bunch of stuff from Earthrise because they cut the price point, which I think might have like a real world like retailer reason behind it. Because like Walmart doesn't carry the Battle Masters or the Micromasters anymore, and now they're just going with core class, which maybe all the retailers are like, oh cool, we'll go with that. And so they're like, well, we were gonna do another Micromaster, but we're not gonna tool up a new one. Let's just reuse Charles. You know,
that makes some sense.
Charles in charge.
Charles in charge.
Yeah.
Not for Astro Train, but that does make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's just
it's
a
not
theory.
Universally applicable, but I like that idea. I mean, I don't like it, but it does make sense.
It sucks. It's a shitty.
It does suck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
I mean, I kind of feel like that those smaller size classes like kind of have warmed the pegs, at least from what I've seen. I don't know, maybe not, but it's been my experience. Like, those are the ones that are full on the pegs when I go to Target. Man, whereas, like, the really deluxe price point seems to... Yeah.
They really could have solved that problem if they had some sort of, I don't know, animated advertisement that was available to show off all the new toys. What a crazy idea! It's almost like all the old Siege toys that were left over got sold out, and some even got new runs when the show came out, but they just did not have any Micromasters or Battle Masters. Not one. Well, actually, they had two. They had Ravage and Laserbeak, and that was it.
Buzzsaw.
Was Buzzsaw there too?
In the show.
Okay.
We already talked about this.
Well, he doesn't exist in real life, so
Yeah, it doesn't.
doesn't even matter.
So I didn't love. I love the dinosaur mode of Paleo Treks, which is just so fun to say. I was like, oh wow, that looks crazy cool, and I'm looking at it like, how is that going to become a robot? And then I saw the robot, and I was like, that's how. Oh, like exactly how it had to, like
Big creepy hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hands.
The hands are
So
big and just
weird.
creepy. I love it.
I'm telling you, that's Beast Wars toy aesthetic. That's just
Yeah.
we'll just jam these
Oh, yeah.
beast parts wherever we can, and that's what you get.
That's really what I did not like about Beast Wars. So I mean, it's no shock that I'm kind of like hand away. I still think it's A for effort for sure. And when they described this, when the leakers or whatever were like, there's gonna be these things called fossilizers. I mean, this is exactly what I sort of thought would happen. Like, what else could it have been?
Yeah.
But seeing it connected to Warpath and Cheetor was actually super humorous because they look really weird.
I never used the modulators and weaponizers as weapons, so I'm not super concerned about that part.
Yeah.
My kid does. My kid
There you
makes. Hey, I made this he jams his Micromasters together to make like weird, just all nonsense like bug-looking dudes and like body horror-looking dudes. It's the crazy. He'll come in and be like, "Look what I made," and it's like, Jesus Christ, what the? That's awesome.
I'm
It's
glad
impressive.
you mentioned body horror, because think of how many cool things he could jam together with a pile of
With
bones.
a pile of bones, exactly. Body parts. This is going to be fun. So I don't know.
Your son, Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If kids are enjoying it, then I know I'm enjoying it because I have brain damage. But but if kids are enjoying it too, then I imagine that it's hitting on levels that are beyond the scope of old dudes like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, like, Empower the Primes, the Prime Master guys, like, I did not care at all about those guys. Like, I got them all, check the box, all that kind of thing, right? But my kids, like, love them. And so whenever, like, we'd put together the combiner, and then he's like, all right, now put the, Prime Master in there to power him up, and he would, like, have me read off, like, what the abilities were, like, on the, and, like, what it gave him and all that. And so that's the kind of
Awesome.
things that, like, you kind of forget, like, oh, wait, they are making these for kids as well as collectors, and kids actually really like that kind of stuff. And so that's probably, I mean, I'm sure that kids with the dinosaur thing, obviously kids love dinosaurs. So, and I think that this is a fun way to do it too. I mean, again, it's much easier with the fact that it parts forms. Like, I'm sure that my kids will be able to transform it more easily, and they can just make up their own configurations. Like, it doesn't matter, what it is. So,
God, that's so cool. I
Sidebar.
forgot you told me that story.
what?
It's Matthew. It's Matthew Reinhardt's birthday. He likes dinosaurs and Transformers. Do you guys know who Matthew Reinhardt is? Yeah.
My custom
Pop-up
class
book,
buddy,
dude.
2016.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it's his birthday today, and he did a pop-up book about Transformers, and he did a pop-up with Emiliano Santalucia, and he did a pop-up book about dinosaurs, and yeah, so happy birthday.
I
There
found
you
that
go.
pop-up book on dinosaurs when my parents moved last year. I was like, hey, wait, I know this guy now.
He's a cool dude.
So happy birthday. Yeah, Lucas, I'd forgotten you told me about the Prime Master story, and that's so cool that kids are getting into it in that way. That's story play plus it's micro play. basically play with toys. We always hear that kids don't play with toys anymore, so more opportunities to get new fans into it is excellent.
Yep. Absolutely. So, but yeah, we'll have to see how it goes and whatnot. But I do hope that they actually do have some type of fiction backing these new fossilizers. So,
Just like they did with the Micromasters.
yes.
Hey, Cog had
They
a
had
pretty
Cog.
important moment.
Cog had
is the ultimate robot
400,000.
disguise.
Yeah, there were a bunch of cogs. They didn't have time to animate.
Cog.
Didn't have any time to animate any Micromasters, but they had all the time to reuse that cog over and 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 over in all the Seekers flavors of the rainbow.
I want to know
still
when we're
want a
going to get an
3-pack of
exclusive
Cogs.
pack with all the repaints.
Yeah. Yep. I would like 3. I want red, green, and yellow, please.
10-year anniversary.
Plus, Cog is now my favorite character in that show. He's the ultimate robot in disguise. He is made of guns and went through a weapons detector. And they're like, nope, all clear. You're good, dude. Go on through.
No
And
guns.
he's like, surprise, I'm guns. And they're like, what? Oh, it was great. It was so great.
And then the transforming robots with wheels drove a hovercraft out of the building.
Yes, they
They're-
did.
Very slowly.
Very, very. They needed 2 Energon cubes. That's all they needed. They got the 2 and they were out.
But they brought
Deuces.
2 with them, and
They
then
did. Yep. That was their whole Energon supply. They had to barter to get twice as much. Now they have 4 Energon cubes.
Pretty
Good
weak.
job, guys.
Oh,
You-
boy.
It was a
you
good
did
show.
it.
It was good. It did well. We're happy.
It was good enough.
Cog is my hero.
It wasn't She-Ra, but it did okay.
Well, so now that we've
yeah, so I
seen,
mean, I guess that's the question just in general, though, is that going forward for you, I guess, like, do you want, like, would you rather have them redoing the characters with the newer, engineering and style and all that type of thing, or would you rather them do new stuff, or do you want kind of like what they've been doing where they kind of just give us both?
I think there's always room for both.
I personally want to finish my Gen 1 Chug collection or whatever because I want to see all my favorite friends revisited, but there's room for adding a robot mode to Brunt and adding the fossilizer dudes and giving us Centurion drones finally, accessory packs. I think that's brilliant. Do the cogs with a whole bunch of recolored accessories or just new accessories. Just hook it up. Or throw Buzzsaw in there with the cogs and just go to town. Get it, Hasbro. You're going to get my money. But yeah,
I want
new
that.
stuff.
I want that, Peter.
Mix it up.
Do you think that they're going to start doing some of those, like some of the season 4 bots, like we got a lot in Titan's Return. Do you think that they're going to continue doing some of those, or like some of the oddball G1 ones, like the Omnibots? I know that a lot of us wants those guys and whatnot. Like, do you think that they're going to continue doing, like, whatever the next trilogy is? Do you think that they're going to throw some of those in as well, or like?
I think the Omnibots have a generic enough body style that we can use runabout, run amok, Sunstreaker, that sort of thing for. That's your downshift right there. You don't even need to do too much to make downshift out of a runamuck, New noggin. The throttle bots are right there. They're right there. They just need to do a little bit of tweak it. They don't even have to tweak them too much. Just put them out, and they know we're going to buy them. I don't know.
Please, throttle bots. Please.
Throttle bots, Omnibots, just finish up at least the cartoon stuff, and then keep throwing those oddballs at us because we're going to buy the Master Force figures eventually. Just retool that Nezha Chinese figure and make it Minerva and make me happy.
Crosshairs needs his friends. But yeah, I would like to answer that question with a little bit more of a sour note, I guess. I am concerned with the regime change from John Warden to who is it now, Paul?
Lenny
Something. Okay,
Lenny
cool.
Lenny Goodbeard.
He probably does have a good beard.
Lenny
I've seen that
Nicebeard.
dude. Yeah, and that dude seems like a nice person, but things get shifted anytime there's a leadership change like that. And we saw a lot of interesting and obscure dudes get done with John Warden. Hopefully the ship kind of goes in the same direction and we keep getting lots of oddball dudes like Crosshairs never would have happened. Commander Skylinks would have happened if John Warren didn't love Skylinks so much as a kid. So maybe this Lenny guy really liked Throttlebots as a kid. Maybe Wide Load was his dude, and we'll get a couple of those. I'm hopeful, but I am nervous. How about that?
I kind of wonder if, they're just going to continue to drip these things out little by little so that people like us, when we're 50, are still collecting Transformers. I think that's probably more the what it is, that if they gave us everything at once, we would be done and we'd be like, all right, I'm ready to hang up the collection and be done with it. But since they drip out little by little, you're like, look at that, the one cool oddball thing. And then I got my 5th Starscream, or 20th Starscream, or whatever it is.
They finally made my Longtooth figure.
Dude. I want Longtooth.
I want Longtooth. I want a real doubleheader. I don't want double shield ramp dude. Double crosser.
It's a step in the right direction.
It's a step in the right direction. I want to rip his backpack off and jam him in some dude's back. Just, now you are a pretender.
Rip your backpack off. You ever
Hey,
think about that?
Whoa.
That's what conventions are for.
But
Room
I
parties.
will say also, I am curious if Hasbro is kind of taking a long look at just their sales and all that type of thing, and the fact that, like, I feel like the collector market is such a huge thing now. And I mean, you see it at like Walmart and Target and places like that, where it seems like that's the thing. Set up the collector stuff, and like the people that are, from teenagers all the way to, people in their 40s that, are buying a lot of this stuff. So
I mean, I think that this hot rod is amazing. I think it looks incredible. It's exactly what I was hoping when I heard about this idea, and I just can't believe that it's actually happening, and it's going in studio series line. Like, this is awesome. This is going to be like the coolest. I hope they're expecting this to do well, because it's going to do really good.
Oh yeah.
It's going to do so good.
There's still time for it not to happen. Nuclear winter is coming, gentlemen. And,
at least Tauntaun got one.
Yeah, Tauntaun got his.
it is at least a physical object.
Lucas, let's go over the discussion you and I had about price yesterday regarding Hot Rod.
Oh, that was the thing, and I haven't actually seen that much about it, but I'm sure that we will get people complaining about the price, because he is a Voyager, right? So he's the $30 price point, but he is a large, like, I would assume if you put him up next to some of the deluxes, he would be a similar size to the deluxe. And so I'm sure that there are people that are complaining about the
caring
size.
about
It comes with stuff.
Stop it.
And that's what we were getting to, because it's $10 more, but this thing is so premium. It's intricate. It's detailed. It comes with extra accessories. Look, I'm not saying I want deluxes to be $30 across the board, but if something this premium comes out, looks this good, does the job that well, yeah, I'm happy to pay an extra $10 for it. Every time, every single time.
But I mean, here's the thing: is like, I know we always have these discussions with Anna on Microcasters about, like, a lot of the toys where they have gaps and they have, like, they don't have the panels that fill in, and they might be missing some paint here or there. They don't have wrist swivels. They don't have articulated hands and all that type of thing, right? But then you look at these figures, and like, this Hot Rod has articulated hands. He has, like, panels. Like, there's no gaps, really anywhere to speak of for this figure. And so, like, in my mind, like, if I could get essentially, I mean, it is so close to Masterpiece level, that if I can get that at $30, like, especially nowadays when the Masterpiece Carbots are, like, over 100, like, oh my God, like, it's like, sign me up. So, like, I personally, I would much rather pay $30 for a super premium figure, like, that is almost Masterpiece.
And Peter's showing now, Hot Rod is between the size of a Deluxe and a Voyager, showing next to Voyager / Leader Optimus without the trailer, and Deluxe Wheeljack.
Well,
It's pretty squarely in the middle of those two.
you put Cliff Jumper there instead of Wheeljack. It definitely looks like a Voyager.
You're right.
So again,
Like Lucas was
Paul
saying
said,
about,
quit caring.
yeah,
like-
shut up.
like we were talking about with wrist swivels and parts count and all that stuff. This is deserving of a Voyager class price point. It is a beautiful figure with wonderful articulation. The transformation looks super great. That backpack cleans up so nicely. This is a mini masterpiece, and we're getting it for $30. So, like Paul said, stop complaining. Yeah.
It's like it solved all the problems the masterpiece tried way, way too hard to solve, and it did it so elegantly. Like when I never watched these stupid videos, but I watched that one, and I saw how the wheels, how his legs work, and I was just like, oh, that's simple. You know, because like the wheels just tuck into the back of his legs, and they're gone. And then there's the back. There's like one fold on the back. One.
And he had
backpack
it
is so
on screen.
clean.
I mean, it was part of him there.
Well, and I love like where it has the little like whatever oil can like the arms flip around, and so the oil thing dispenser whatever, or no, is it the oil
It's an arc welder.
arc
Yeah,
welder? Thank you. The arc welder is like part of his hand, like but if you flip it around, like which
Do you
I
have a
think
buzzsaw
is
too?
super cool. And then it has the part where it has the saw, like where it plugs on and whatnot. I mean, it is
Awesome.
just it's just
Then the
incredible.
Matrix and the blast. It comes with like multiple blast effects and the two guns as well. I mean, it's the whole package.
Yeah, I mean, it comes with all the accessories that you expect the hot rod to come with. I mean, I guess it doesn't come with a fishing
only
rod, but other than
accessory.
that,
Well, fishing rod would be good. But the only other accessory I would like would be Firebolt. But that's just
That didn't happen in the movie,
pedantic.
brah.
It didn't happen in the movie. So
That'll
it'll
come out with the
in that-
magenta recolor, yeah.
Yep. I was about to say the same thing. Maybe they'll finally
yeah.
do they'll reissue the LG mold for that here. That'd be nice. Or they'll just redo Fire Drive from Siege. Whew.
the thing
worried.
that's crazy though is like all of these leaks that we've gotten, and of course, like I mean, they're not necessarily final, but like the cup looks really good. Like the Cyclonus that is coming with Kingdom, I guess, and whatnot, like that looks really good. Like even though I don't know that we got a fully painted sample from the leak, the Cyclonus leak.
I don't know. I
We haven't
don't
seen
remember. It's been a while.
anything. We haven't seen a Cyclonus since we saw Dirge or Thrust.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Been a while for him.
That guy got
And
his
then-
hands cut off. So
and then
he's
yeah,
not around.
and then the Scourge. I mean, like which we got that too, and like I mean that just looks incredible as well.
That one
so.
looked masterpiecey.
Well, so here's the
Yeah.
thing: if Cyclonus is going to be in Kingdom, that leads me to think that Scourge is also going to be in Kingdom. Just because, like, they're both Decepticons, and Galvatron is going to be in Kingdom, according to paper leaks.
Yeah.
But
I know it doesn't
Any-
make sense.
Yeah,
It doesn't
any
make a lot of
Decepticons
sense.
in Studio Series 86. Who are they going to put in there? They're going to put another Astro Train. Ooh, they could put Siege Astro Train in Studio Series 86. That's your leader class.
Stop
Get
it.
I think
do it.
Grimlock was rumored, right? Like
Yeah, Grimlock
and Slag.
So far.
Grimlock
And
and Slag, yeah.
yeah.
I know someone broke the internet with that Grimlock.
So my assumption has always been that they're crossing between the two lines because we've heard Cyclonus and Kingdom and Scourge in Studio Series. My assumption has always been that they just wanted to make sure they were out on shelves at the same time ish. So whatever they could do to cross pollinate to say, hey, look, you can get all of them, boom, now. That was what I assumed was happening, but I could be wrong. It's just happening in my brain.
Yeah, it seems sloppy, but like whatever. They're great. They look like great toys. So like the semantics of it, it's like Hunt for the Decepticons and reveal the shield
I
again.
was just about to say that. Yeah, they were just throwing. We've got all these toys. Throw them in the packages. We're done. You got your stuff. Be happy.
And we will be.
It'd be funny if they put like a redeco of one toy in the other toy line or something, just to be completely agnostic.
Wheeljack
or an
tracks from
exclusive
the
with
series
another
would like to
map
talk to you.
piece. Are they going to continue the map pieces, you think?
No, they're
They'll
done
do
planet
something.
hopping. They'll do some sort of collector package stuff, but map the energon deposits or something.
And the studio series always comes with the background stages, so I'm excited to see like when Cup and Hot Rod come with like the Quintessa stage,
Oh,
or
man.
they do Slag with the excuse me door falling one. I mean, that'd be great.
Man,
So-
I didn't even think about that till you mentioned it. That's cool.
Catherine was asking if Studio Series does a lot of repaints like Generations does.
Not many.
Oh, there's only
They've
like
done a few.
one or two toys that haven't been redecoed.
That's not true.
Not at all.
Yeah,
In the beginning, a lot of them did. in
It's
Studio
almost like
Series.
one or two toys have been repainted.
No, a lot of them in
No,
earlier on.
not even close. If I saw a photo on Instagram of some guy that had every toy and they put all the molds next to each other, and I was like, oh my god, everything has been repainted except for like Brawl and Ironhide.
Bone Crusher, any of the Constructicons except for Skipjack now.
Yeah, but these early days, like, give it time. I'm sure they'll.
I mean, if you really go, if you did the math, like most of them have been redecoed. I promise you. Yes.
So that hot rod,
Do the math.
that hot rod's pretty
I will
nice.
do the math.
Yeah. So the question that she had was what?
I think she was
In the
just
chat.
curious whether or not we would end up getting a lot of repaints of these figures, or like retools and things like that. I'm sure we probably will at least get some type of retools or repaints or whatever of various figures. So it's hard to
I
say
think-
which ones.
I think Scourge and Cyclonus. I think all the 86 movie characters are hotter than the RC triplets from Revenge of the Fallen. So if we're going to see retool repaint opportunities from Hasbro, it's going to be more so leaning toward the. How many sweeps do we need? We need a sweep pack. We need a sweep pack. We need Cyclonus and his armada. We need I don't know.
We talked
More-
about Magenta Hot Rod already, so that'll
Magenta Hot Rod,
that'll be
yeah.
there. Orion Pax from Cup. That's a popular one that they did that back in Titans.
We saw Blur listed somewhere at some point for 86, I believe.
Yep, Blur's
Yeah.
coming.
See,
So-
I would be somewhat
Jazz.
surprised. Like I almost feel like you take the Optimus Prime, or the Earthrise one, and then like put a really good deco, like on the trailer and on the figure itself, and all that type of thing. No,
I mean, his movie appearance has already been released. That alternate universe. So I'm so dead. Prime.
I could see
Sure.
them throwing it in a pack with like Thrust or something, or Megatron if they wanted to. Like the one shelf stand, one shelf all pack.
They
But yeah,
can-
Thrust in the package with Thrust's face on it and the grill. And
Yeah,
That's
that's how they do the Prime. It's just Thrust, just getting. Where's my
I can't
DevCon
take
made out of a
full
Scourge?
credit. There you go. I can't take full credit. That's the Surge original idea.
Oh.
I was like, why put it with Thrust? I was like, wait a minute. Oh,
Have you guys seen
he
the
gets run
meme
over.
of Thrust like flying into
famous thing
outer
about him?
space?
Oh no.
No, like someone took that, of him like splayed out, flying into the background, like changing the back, cutting it out and making him flying all over the place.
That
It's
sounds amazing.
it was pretty funny on Twitter.
I like the idea of that super premium look, Lucas. There's room
Yeah.
for that to be an exclusive pack somewhere.
Well, that's what I'm saying is just like if we're talking repaints, like I wouldn't mind seeing where they just up the paint budget on everything and threw in a repack somewhere. So
Yeah, and like Peter said earlier, for accessory packs, you could put Megatron in there with the lightsaber sword and that pistol that he uses. There's stuff.
although I'm not sure I need another Megatron at this point. Like I'm getting that Earthrise Megatron here pretty soon, so
I would love it if they made a Studio Series Megatron, he'd have to turn into a gun.
You're right.
So I don't think they'll do
Submarine.
it.
Submarine.
Submarine.
He just happened to be in submarine mode upside down in the movie. It's just like
And on land, being carried by somebody. Anyway,
so
Man, it's just yeah. I am really happy right now with where the Transformers is going with the bone guys, and Studio Series stuff, and I think we're on a roll.
And all the
G1
crazy
and
things you
Beast
just
Wars living
mentioned.
together. I mean, who would have thought?
Mass
All the crazy
hysteria.
things we talked about with the accessory packs and weird repaints. I think that just goes to show that we really can't quite predict what Hasbro's going to do these days. I mean, they're doing so many cool things all over the place, and like I think Peter mentioned it earlier that they're finally listening to collectors, saying this is the kind of stuff we want, this is the kind of stuff we'll buy. And they're adjusting to that market. And I think it's really good sign.
Mm-hmm. I'm really happy that even though like Rotorstorm's a limited thing and Clampdown, and it's a limited thing, but they're there. If you want them, we've made them for you. Come and get them. It's exciting.
Yeah, and they heard me talking about non-transforming Transformers forever, and finally we get the Red series.
Oh boy,
coming.
Red series. They've been cited. They've been cited in retail. Yeah.
Canada.
Hey, that's
no,
retail.
in the
No,
United
no, the
States.
U.S.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I missed that over the weekend. Then.
I think it was just today. Yeah. So.
I'm gonna hop in my
Great,
red
looks
car
like they're
tomorrow
coming.
and look for some Red series.
Wow.
Hey, my car is red too.
Let's be red friends.
That was really cute, guys.
Here you go.
Jets drawn forever in a red car. That's what we are.
My car's white.
Ew.
I used to drive Jolt.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, that was fun.
So yeah, so I
Complete
guess that
aside.
we aren't the people to talk to because we're excited by every new Transformer reveal. So it doesn't matter if it's old or new or.
Look
Well,
at him.
thank you, Peter, for showing that off.
It's
That's
all
so
you know.
amazing.
I think the point is that it's all new. It's new stuff. The only thing that's not new is the Prime reissue, and people are excited about that.
That's exciting.
So it is
Very
exciting.
exciting.
Hey, they're at least paying attention to Prime, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
But
So
so tomorrow night on Microcasters, what are we reviewing, Christian?
I think we're reviewing a bunch of RCs.
Is that what we're doing?
I think that's
There
what
we
we're
go.
doing.
Okay.
I see.
Oh,
I don't know if Nicey's going to be there. I don't think anyone's
Oh.
talked to
Nicey
Swift
is
yet. We
not-
probably should.
made it to the States yet, so
But we're
unfortunately.
doing Earthrise. We're doing Cyberverse. Is there another one? I don't remember.
Earthrise.
RC Fest on Microcasters.
We'll compare them to the Thrilling 31.
I'll bring out the Studio Series ones too because no one else has those, and it'll just be me.
So
You're not a Microcaster though, Peter.
Wow. Way to invite him.
yeah,
Peter, would you like to be on
geez.
Microcasters tomorrow with us?
I can't make it. I'm sorry.
See, he just wants the invitation. He doesn't want to actually come.
Well,
that
it's true.
can
It's
be
nice
like
to be
aloof.
invited.
It is nice to be invited. I'm glad you guys invited me tonight. We were one short, and
So
I got the
I
call.
appreciate that.
Yay.
I do appreciate it. Thank you, Peter. So I always love when you're on. So
I like being on.
I didn't know you were on until we started. I was like, whoa.
I didn't
Dude, it
either.
was like a last minute
Oh, jeez.
thing. So I was like, Peter, I hate to bother you, but so
See
I
what's
was
happening
talking to my
now?
kids about the Supreme Court. So it was, and they were getting ready for bed and stuff too. So it was like this whole thing. And I was like, oh, I'm on the show. Gotta go.
Oh,
they're
man.
like now for something a little bit lighter. So
I bet you put them right to sleep.
Oh no, one of them, the boy, he has like a bunch of senators memorized. He knows who most of the governors are. He's a nutcase. It's brilliant. I love it.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So
Wednesday, do we have Ouch, or is that off this week?
no, I think it's like off this week. So
Dang.
And you
I
get
ouched,
us tomorrow.
I ouched pretty hard today.
oh, there you go. Ouched yourself.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, so maybe one day in the future, next week or something like that. But yeah, I don't believe that they have an ouch this week. So, but we do have a cut the tape more than likely, if I get sent the episode. So we'll see. There was one last week, so it's always a surprise. If I get something Thursday night, Friday, you never know. So
Record your stuff, Rick. Get on it.
he normally has, does a decent job. So, but anyway, so Microcasters is on tomorrow night on Facebook. So, and then it'll be on later in the week on YouTube, but it'll be on live at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, where we talk about all the new mainline RCs, and we can talk about NICE, but we will not have it in hand. So, what can you do?
Wait.
So, and then if you want to continue the conversation, join us on Discord. The link should be on YouTube. If you want to join, it's also pinned to the top of Twitter and whatnot. So, anyway, do you guys have any final thoughts before we wrap here?
I hope they make a fossilizer called Bone Dog.
PFCon 2021 exclusive.
I mean, Paleo Trex, like, until just today, until you said it came out of your mouth, I was like, it's Paleo T-Rex.
It could still be Paleo T-Rex, and that's just its pre-name.
No, it's
They'll
Paleo
get something
Trex.
else.
It's
Paleo
gotta
Trex
be.
is great.
That's way better. Good job.
Make sure to ask, like, if they don't say the name, like, on the feed or whatever, that to ask them to what is the official pronunciation for that.
It'll be fun.
And they're going to say
Looking forward to
Paleo
Pulse Con this weekend.
T-Rex.
Yeah.
Paleortrix.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have a special episode post PulseCon next weekend.
Yes.
Right,
I haven't,
Lucas, that Sunday.
I haven't figured out the time yet on that, so I guess we should do that. I think it's going to be on Sunday night, I believe.
We'll be
So-
somewhere.
Yeah, we'll post it up on the feed and whatnot when we figure out what time. So, but yeah, we're gonna do that next week instead of a regular show to talk about that, and then episode 400, which is coming up officially, that will be the week after next. So we are still doing some planning and whatnot for that. So
Ooh.
there we go. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for those in the chat: Zaldron, Catherine, and Ron, and I think I got everyone. So yeah. So thank you guys for joining me tonight, and we will see you next week.
Bye.